Hi guys, welcome to Yoruba TV. This is where we promote African culture, traditions, and religion. I thank you all for your support, both in cash and in kind. If you are new here, kindly click on the subscribe button down below to subscribe free of charge so that you don't miss anything on this channel. So in this video, I want to introduce a book to you, and that book is very, very good. For those of you who want to become a Babalawo or you want to become an Olorisha, this book is for you. This book explains everything you need to know in Isese, from knowing who a Babalawo is, who a Batala is, then the Orisha, and how to divine. You know everything that you need to know about Isese, especially knowing all the knowledge that is needed to become a good Babalawo and Olorisha. So you are going to have all the information. In Isheshe, something is happening. Lack of information is affecting a lot of practitioners in Isheshe. We can't blame them. Our practice happens to be an oral practice from the beginning. So, but now we're in the digital age. We are in the world of ICT, in the world of information and technology. Information, communication, and technology. That is the era that we are in right now. So an initiation should not be lagged behind. So for the younger ones that are coming up that want to become Babalawo or an Olorisha, so it is very advisable for you guys to always read. Reading is very, very important because it is when you read, you are going to be exposed to a lot of information so that you don't do things in the way that people will be challenging you that what are you talking about. Even for my interview that I grant, I sometimes when you meet an Orisha practitioner, you see them talking and mixing things up. It appears that they only focus on the spiritual aspect. When you focus only on the spiritual aspects, when you focus only on the spiritual aspect, it will be very difficult for others to know what to do. It will be difficult for those who are in love with Isheshe to come and join the practice, or join the tradition, because people want to ask questions. People want to ask questions, and you need to have information to give to them. And this is the reason why I am recommending this book to you. And the name is Yoruba Theology and Tradition. Yoruba Theology and this is the name of the book. So I am recommending it because I have read it and I see that it is well loaded with a lot and a lot of information. So I will be showing you what I have here now. I will be reading one by one the table of contents for you guys to see exactly what I am talking about. So let me show you the table of content of this book. First of all, this is it. I think you are seeing it. Yoruba Theology and Tradition, and you can see it is by Ayo Salami. You know Ayo Salami. Ayo Salami, he is the author of Ifa Complete Divination. He is the author of Egbe, the heavenly mate of every human. There is as well the author of this book. So you all know him to be a good Isheshe author. you know. So um, let's see. Now let's check the table of content of this book so that you know what I'm talking about. From the table of content, you are going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. So the perception of God, the perception of God. So this is the chapter 1 of this book. We have the perception of God. So it is when you know who God is, because a lot of people feel that Yoruba people or the people that are in Isheshe, in Yoruba land, that they do not know God. So the chapter 1 of this book is perception of God. A lot of people feel that Yoruba traditionalists do not know God. But from this book, it is well explained the perception of God, that is by the Yoruba people. So the chapter 2, we have some orisha and ebora. So for those of you who do not know the difference between orisha and ebora, I believe by the time you read this book, you are going to see and be able to understand orisha and ebora. Then the color preference of orisha. So we have 401 orisha, but the most popular ones are the ones that you know. So we have Obatala in this book. So this book explains who Obatala is. Then Shango. So these are the notable orisha that we have in Yoruba land. Then punishment by Shango. Then Ogun. Modern day relevance of Ogun. So these are what you are going to see under chapter 2 of this book. Then we have chapter 2b. Chapter 2b, we have Egungun, we have Oshoshi, we have Osonyi, we have Ogboniekun, then other deities in Yoruba land, So then we have icons and carvings. Then we have 16 cowries, 16 cowrie divination. For those of you who want to know how to divine with cowries, you are going to be able to learn that here. That is chapter 2b. Then chapter 2c, this is still talking about Orisha and Ebora, and that's why you have it as sub chapters. We have chapter 2, and chapter 2b, chapter 2c. And chapter 2c talks about Eshu. Eshu, you are going to know who Eshu is properly with this book. Then who is Eshu? Then Eshu versus Satan, you know. So for those of you who feel that Eshu is Satan, by the time you read this book, you are going to understand much more better. Then Eshu and Iku, foods and taboo of Eshu. So from this book, you are going to know the taboos of Eshu. Then location and presentation of Eshu. So where you place your issue. Some people will tell you that they can place their issue inside. I have there's a video I did that I met someone who says that his issue is inside the house, and I questioned the person. I'm going to be posting the video soon, so that you will know the perception of that person concerning the location of the location of issue. So in this book, you are going to learn properly location and presentation of issue. That's exactly what you are going to see. The devotees of issue. Who are the devotees of issue? You'll be able to see that here as well. Then the chapter 3. The chapter 3 is now talking about Orunmila. Oshunleyo, the wife of Agboniregun. So you are going to know about that as well. Apetebi, the wife of Orunmila. Oshun, the wife of Orunmila. The towns he lived, the town Orunmila lived, the town he visited, the towns Orunmila visited in Yoruba land. So from this book as well, you are going to be able to know that. Then the dressing of Orunmila. Then Orunmila returned to heaven. Orunmila returned to heaven. So how Orunmila returned to heaven, you are going to know that here. Life after Orunmila. Life after Orunmila. That is still under chapter 3 of Orunmila. So then we have Orunmila is coming back. Is Orunmila coming back or not? You are going to know that from this book. So this book is, as I said, this book is very loaded. It has a lot of content. So by the time you read it, you are going to have enough information. So article of divination, orisha of Opele. So article of divination, what are being used for divination. So we have arrival of Opele. It is good to know all this history, because people are coming into Isese, and you call yourself a Babalawo, you call yourself an Olorisha, or you call yourself a practitioner or a lover of Isese. People are coming in to join, so they may ask you some questions. So if you don't have information, you just look like someone doesn't understand what he's doing. So you need to learn, you need to read books, you need to watch videos, you need to have enough information, so that whoever asks you about your practice, whoever asks you about your belief, you'll be able to explain. You'll be able to explain yourself. It is understood that our ancestors only passed down this knowledge verbally. It has been oral tradition. But now that we are in the modern world now, so we have a way of writing things down now. So people like Ayo Salami and other authors like that are coming up. They have done their research. They are coming up with books. So for you guys to read, for us to read, so that we can have information. And apart from the information that we're having, we'll be able to have one voice. One voice is very crucial. It's not that Babalawo A will be saying something while Babalawo B will be saying something different. So when we have a research being documented like this, it will help us a lot to have one voice. Another thing you are going to learn under article of divination is how Okpele became a shame. How Okpele became a shame. You are going to know that. Then going to know Igbo. Igbo, you've been hearing about Igbo. How to know positive and negative while doing divination. So that is Igbo. So you are going to understand that as well. Then chapter 5 is divination types, steps, and methods. Divination type, steps, and method. So Ifa divination, you are going to know more about Ifa divination. Then selection of Ikin from the bowl. So how you take Ikin from the bowl, you are going to know that as well. Then wish making of the client. When you a client wish making of the client, you know what that means. So a juba of the babalawo will first of all pay homage before divination begins. So casting of the instrument, casting of the divination material, that is exactly what that is talking about. So it's still under chapter 5, divination types, steps, and methods. So casting of the instrument, how to cast opele, then how to cast ikin. So manipulation of Ikin or Okpele with the Igbo. So the Igbo that I'm talking about, so you are going to be able to know the manipulation of Ikin or Okpele with the Igbo. So the Igbo will tell you yes or no, or the negative and positive of your divination. So good fortune, that is Ire, the Igbo Ire, the manipulation of Ikin or Okpele with the Igbo good portion, so that will let you know whether it's positive or negative. I think I've said that. So what do we do for the ire to come to us? So what you need to do for ire to come, so you are going to read that here as well. Then ayewo. Then when you are doing Igbo, then you have to say ayewo. You want to know whether the cross examination of the Igbo. So that is exactly what that is talking about. So with this book, you will definitely know theoretically how to divine. So that is very important for you to know if you want to become a good babalawo, not a fake babalawo this time around. So cross examination of the client, after the consultation, you need to cross examine the client. You need to ask questions for you to know the root of the problem. Then inquisition of Ebo, and a lot of things are here that you guys will enjoy if you have a copy of this book. Another one is group divination, personal divination, other functions of Igbo. So other function of Igbo also is Igbo only meant for positive or negative. So from this book, you are going to know other functions of Igbo. Then is chapter 6a, verses of Ifa, revelation of the verses of Ifa, explanation of the verses to a layman. So the structure of Ifa verses. Then coinage of names of Oluo. Then the chapter 6b, we have forms of Ifa verses, we have prayers, we have Adabo, Adimu, we have incantations, we have proverbs, then we have chapter 7a, communication with the divine word, institute of sacrifice. For a lot of you want to know more about sacrifice, this book will explain that to you. Then article necessary for sacrifice. Then 7b, we have instructions on articles of sacrifice. That's chapter 7b. Then we have scenarios of the instrument to use. Verses of Adabo, then verses of Adimu, then days after the sacrifice. We have offering of kola nut, necessary steps for kola nut offering. Throwing the kola. So a whole lot of information are here for you guys. Then we have Odun Ifa. So if you want to celebrate your Ifa festival, then this book will explain how to go about that to you. Then we have 16 major Odu Ifa arrangement of, we have taboo, the taboo of the Odu. So we're talking about 16 major here now. So that means the 16 major Odu Ifa from Ijogbe to Ofun, they are all here. 16 major Odu. So the arrangement of Odu, signature, then the taboos of Odu. Then chapter 10, we have first and second hands of Ifa. For those of you who want to know about Ifa initiation, the function of hand of Ifa, the hand of Ifa. So why do you have to do initiation? So that is functions of the hand of Ifa. Then feeding, how to feed your Ifa. Then divination using the Ikin. Then limitation of this stage. Limitation, then prelude to initiation. So a whole lot of information are here. Omawo, duties of Omawo. So if you are Omawo, what are your duties? So if you want to have an Omawo, so you need to be able to, you should be able to explain his functions to him. Then initiation. What does Itefa do? What does Itefa do? You know, then getting started, you know, initiation of women. Someone asked me this question, if a woman can be initiated into Ifa, in the comment section. So when you read this book, then you'll be able to know more about that. Initiation of their reputation of faith, you know, so that's on chapter 12. That is chapter 12 of this book is talking about initiation. Then chapter 13, the priest of the religion. What does a Babalawo represent? What does a Babalawo then? Female priest, that is, which is talking about the Yanifa, that is female priest, that is priestess, you know. So the dressing of Yanifa, dressing of Yanifa, for those of you who are women, want to learn about becoming an Yanifa, then this book is good for you as well. The chieftaincy titles, that is page 14, chieftaincy titles, you know, modern day contribution, processing of installation of Ifa sheep. Then we have chapter 15, drums and dancing. The last chapter, which is chapter 16, is prayers for different items. You know, morning prayer, night prayer, long life to the creator in time of need, to obtain favor, to ori, you know. So this is the book that we are talking about. So message me by my WhatsApp that is displayed on the screen for you to get a copy of this book. Thank you guys. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button down below so that you don't miss anything on this channel whenever we upload a new video. Thank you very much and get a better life.